Oh, hello everyone and welcome back. I'm KingBlackToof still, and today's vlog is going to be about Guild Wars 2. The beta's just finished and I played it and I enjoyed myself. And so I've got several topics here on this piece of paper that I want to talk about. So I'll start by just saying the basics first. Guild Wars 2 when it comes out in about a month, 25th for Head Start and 28th for normal people. The server I'm planning on going on is Underworld, as I think I said before. It could mess up during that time, but I'll tell you more close to the time if that's true. And one thing that I'm thinking of doing when I actually get the game and get on there is creating a guild. Guilds are just for people to get together, and you get some ranks, which is nice. You know, you get different things you can buy with influence that everyone in the guild contributes to. It's nice to have a little meta game like that, but you can join more than one guild, I believe. So if you join mine, you can join other people's unless I rule with an iron fist. But I don't know whether I will create one. I'm thinking about doing so, but I don't know what aim I would have for the guild. Guilds usually like to aim for, you know, PvP, PvE. I like everything. PvP I've really gotten into recently on that last beta. PvE, you know, I haven't played any really because it's only been beta. But I do like PvE as well. World vs World is something I'm not too keen on from the little stuff that I've tried of it. It just seems like I'm running for a really long time and then you get caught by a massive Zerg enemy army, you know. It's not meant to be fair, you know, in terms of numbers, like structured PvP, but I find it really hard to find my Zerg. Where's my Zerg? And so, yeah, so I'm hopefully going to be creating a guild. So if you want to play with me, Underworld, if you want to be in my guild, then that'd be great. I haven't decided on my character name yet. It may be Mamu, kind of like Mamu or Mamu or whatever that guy is from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel or whatever it is. Or yeah, blah blah. Okay, and the next thing I want to talk about is structured PvP battlegrounds. There was a lot in the beta weekend number 4, which just finished. I played through them pretty much the entire time. You've seen some videos that I've put up, maybe, or maybe haven't. But I really enjoyed it, and there's several things I want to talk about structured PvP. That is one of the things that I'm going to try and aim to be better at. I seem to be clicking all my skills. Everyone's moaning at me about clicking my skills, which is fair enough. They don't want to see me click my skills. And so I am practicing that. I'm using Guild Wars 1 to practice that, which is probably not the best game to practice it on, to be honest. Because I'm surprised how hard it is to actually play. Every time you do a move, your character stands still, and I play a ritualist, so it's all auto attack damage, and you can't move while auto attacking, and you can't move while doing any skills basically. So it's just really difficult to emulate the Guild Wars 2. It's taken such a leap forward from Guild Wars 1. I couldn't believe it, and you know, I don't want to download World of Warcraft or anything, because you can play that for free up to level 20, but it's such a long install time that I can't bother. I can't bothered, okay? I'm not even going to put the in the middle of that sentence. And so yeah, structured PvP, there seems to be about 2 or 3 different types of map at the minute. They've got little variances, like one's got guild lords, and one's got like these bosses that you kill and you get some points. But for the most part, they're basically capture and hold, like domination matches from Quake, I think it was. And so that's fine. I'd like to see other variances of, you know, maybe a capture the flag, maybe. I know that they're planning on adding more in the future. But people don't seem to like team deathmatch. Maybe it'd just be a bit too simple. You know, everyone just get around the middle and cluster fucking each other until someone emerges the victor. Or at least not in... it's structured PvP, but it's unstructured in a way. When you've got proper teams with proper tournaments, then maybe you can have a team deathmatch, because then it'll be a lot more of, I need to keep everyone alive and everyone's doing their best. Whereas in structured, it's pugs, isn't it, really? And so basically it's just, I'm running in, or I've died, let's run back and stuff. There's different strategies you can employ when you're going into structured PvP, I've found. Like, there's just some little things, apart from winning, there's some little things you can do. Like, for example, in my videos you might have heard me say, if your entire army is on a point, it only goes up the same speed. So you could run off and go do something else. But there's like a counterbalance to that, is that because you're in a pug, that you will want points. It's like a weight of self-worth and teamwork. You want to win, obviously. The whole team does, but at the same time you want what's best for you. You want kills, you want points, you want glory and ranks and stuff. So standing on the point will get you 10 points, and everyone in your team 10 points. Not 10 points towards winning, but just 10 points of glory which you can spend. But if you run off and do something else, they'll get 10 points and you won't get anything, and you might not subsidise it. You may get ganked or something because you run into the entire army of the opposing team, you know, while you run into the point. And so it's kind of a counterbalance there. You have to sort of decide. When you're in structured teams, then obviously it becomes a lot simpler of a choice. You'll just want to win because it'll be for honour and stuff. But yeah, so there's little strategies like that. You could obviously structure your build to be more supportive, but in a pug, again, it's probably not the best idea to be too supportive, because your teammates may be shit, noobs or whatever you want to call them. I'm not the best. And they may be running off in the wrong direction, spattering around in the same place, throwing their pens all over the place. Ow. And so, yeah, there's little things like that, but generally I did enjoy it and I really want to get into it. So I'm doing my best to get the keybinding down for you guys when the game releases. Hopefully you'll watch. I might put up some more, but this is all pre-recorded footage now, so I will be clicking my buttons. I'll try and avoid it. I'm going to warn people at the beginning of the video, so hopefully they don't moan. Okay, and so we're on to the next subject, which is the character I'm going to be. I thought of a name. I don't know. In the Guild Wars beta that's just gone, I tested a Sora and Survivor. I think I was always going to be a Sora, which are the little bobble-headed people. And someone said that it was going to be. Oops, I dropped the pen again. Someone said they were the gnomes of Guild Wars 2, the annoying race of Guild Wars 2, and that did put me off a little bit, but not enough, damn it, not enough. I want to be one of those, and I think I've chosen Elementalist. So I'm doing some build testing of Elementalist, try and get some good PvP builds. I'm not worried about PvE yet, because you can probably do most PvE with any build. You know, in some dungeons you might need, to change it up a bit, but generally it's just PvP at the minute. And so I've obviously did my Earth kind of bleeding build in the videos that you saw. I've established a new fire critical damage burning combo build, and I put a very amount of high detail into the description. I'll put the link in somewhere so you can have a look at it and have a read through the description of how I would play it and how it's going to be used. I've talked about what combos, what moves, and because it's good to switch between your attunements all the time as you get buffs and stuff. And so I've talked about that you want to harass people with all your other moves to knock them about a bit, and then get into your fire, do your most damage and burning, then switch, and so I've got some builds, and hopefully you'll have a look through that. Oh, then put the pen. Okay, the pen's not important. Oh, sorry about that. The pen attacked me, but I got it. I got it good. And the sun's going down incredibly fast. I hope this isn't too dark. But I'm nearly finished. There's just a couple more things that I want to talk about. Mainly what people want in Guild Wars 2 when it comes out, whenever it does, in a month. One of the things that people ask for is spectator mode in PvP. This is mainly requested by really elite hardcore PvPers, because there's been quite a lot of PvPers that have formed elite teams already, and loads of people sitting behind tables like this commentating on the things. So it's kind of become like an esports. They are trying to make it an esports, Guild Wars 2. The ArenaNet, they are trying to make it become an esport. So like StarCraft and Dota, Defense of the Ancients. Oops. Come on. Let's put Eevee back up there, shall we? Are we good? Yeah, good. And so that's one thing that they wanted, the spectator mode in structured PvP, which is fair enough. Guild Wars 1 had a spectator mode, and so that should be right. I think they said they are going to put that in the future. Another thing that people want or don't want, there's actually a divide here, is a dungeon finder. I was talking to someone in the beta event in the map chat about a dungeon finder, and there's kind of two pools. I don't know which one you're sitting in, that do want it and don't want it. The argument being, when I want to get into a dungeon, I just want to get in there, I want to play, I don't want to look around, go and look up a group, where the hell is my group? I just want to go in and play. And the other side is, yeah, but we need people talking, we want a community. If you put a dungeon finder that teleports people in, there's hardly any talking. It's normally just, oh hi everyone, let's go do a rush, oh we lost, you're all noobs, bye, that type of thing. You know, I had pretty good experiences with the dungeon finder. I had pretty bad ones as well. But that's people's worries, you know. So maybe you can meet them halfway and have a dungeon finder which is basically just a list. So you find, if you want to go to a dungeon, you go to the dungeon finder and you find the dungeon that you want and you apply for it and you get put on a list. And so when you want to find a group, you just go to the dungeon finder again, find the dungeon, and then you'll see a list of people for that dungeon that want in, and then you just start emailing them saying you're ready to go. The only possibility is that maybe they're doing something now and they forgot to go from the list, so that's the only problem. But it keeps the community and makes it a lot more accessible, so you don't have to spam looking for group. You may have to if there's not enough people in the actual field looking for that group, but then again, if there's not enough people looking for, I don't know, whatever, Karazhan, you still needed to look for group. The dungeon finder wouldn't work for you. And so yeah, hopefully maybe that's like a little bit of a middle ground that will please everyone. Yeah, so I think that's about it. Guild Wars 2, I'm really excited. Careful I don't knock Evie off again. And I hope you'll join me. I think that's it. That's all I've got on my piece of paper. Practicing keybinds. Don't moan at me, please. Thank you. Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. Rain in September. If you know what that's from, congratulations.